Okay, so I'm back with another video, and I was speaking to a fellow watcher, and we came to the conclusion that to make a video about high value men and high value women. So I'm going to break this up. I'm going to do my best because you guys know I'm lazy as fuck, but I'm going to do my best to break this shit up into men and women, and I'm going to put another. I'm going to elaborate on different parts in Patreon about deeper, wider topics on it. So, as you can see in the tabs, right over here, I have high value women and high value men. Today we're gonna go over high value men from this article, and I'm gonna give my honest opinion of it because, like I tell everyone, my honest opinion of a high value man is a man who puts effort in to protect those around him, you know, and not abuse people and shit like that, and to protect people. Because when all these years of beauty fades, and we're all going to end up either we gonna die or we gonna end up old and fucked up. So when all that shit's over, it's really about the character, man. But it's really always about the character. I skimmed through this article, and there was an area where I wanted to go on about how nowadays everything's become this fucking look at me, look at me, look at you, look at you. Am I doing better than you? Are you doing better than me? Bullshit, right? And I honestly think that Instagram and fucking was it Snapchat and all this shit, it's really turned the world into nothing but a much bigger, a much more wide blown competition. Now, don't get me wrong. Women always have to compete because with women to stand out, it's always going to, but their looks are always going to play some part in it. But especially with men, the world really turns to this whole competition thing. So anyway, we're going to get started with this article. So, let's get started. Let's get done now. So this is called Masculinity Self-Improvement for Introverts. And I want to start off by saying this too, real fast. I want to start off by saying this. This is why I don't sell myself as a dating coach, okay? Because ultimately, people are looking for one size fits all, and you just can't do it. All right, now there are general areas where you can improve or not improve, or fuck up or whatever, and you can have better luck and better chance in the dating market. But ultimately, it's just not a one size fits all, because you can tick all the boxes, but then like something about your self-esteem is just a little weird, or because of something you were in, some past experience or whatever the fuck. Like this is why I've never tried to sell myself as a dating coach, because I just don't. There's just parts in every person that I just can't know. But anyway, I just got that now. So, what's it say? The high value man is a simp. Okay, so let's read into this. High value male, HMV, a man that is respectful, loyal, and faithful. He loves to show his woman that he can provide. He pays for dates and a relatively higher proportion of expenses in the relationship. A man that is confident, consistent, and reliable. These type of men take care of their body, face, and physical appearance. High-value men care about their partner's happiness and sexual pleasure. The high-value male exhibits the mate guarding instinct. However, he does not force monogamy on a woman. He will wait until she is sure that his offer of commitment is a good idea. These men love competition and understand that a woman can entertain multiple suitors until commitment is established. Instead of being offended that she doesn't zero in on him in the early dating stages, he takes his opportunity to show her why he is the best. Now with that last part, that was definitely the last part is something that I've always tried to push when I talk about these topics. Don't ever focus. Okay, in the end, the woman really does the choosing when it comes to who she's going to respect, right? So with that being said, and Patrice O'Neal touched on this a while back, a man's dedication is okay, from a woman's perspective, a man's value is pretty much like is his dedication, confidence, level of protection. Now, the quicker you give that up, Well, no, Patrice O'Neal, he said a time hoe because a lot of women will use men as time whores, time and protection whores. The quicker you give it up, then you're just a whore for protection. Okay, the quicker you give it up and focus it only on her, and you're not doing things for just, just for the good of mankind type of thing. Like, you're not just walking around donating shit or donating time here to help, orphanages or homeless people and blah blah blah. If you're not if you are not respecting, in this sense, respecting and protecting the entire world, or more people. If it's only focused on her, and whenever she comes around, you're there to drop of a hat. You're giving her everything she wants the second she wants it. You're texting her right back. You're calling her right back. Well, see, you're going to turn into a protector hoe. You're going to turn into a protector hoe if you do that. And just like how when women, if a woman, fucks you super fucking fast, the first thought that's gonna go through most guys' head is, how many guys has she done this with? She must be a sex hoe. So with that definition, at the end, for the most part, I can agree with this. Yeah, man, confident, consistent, reliable. Yeah. This is wait, I can't highlight it. Okay, a man that is confident, consistent, and reliable. These type of men take care of their body, face, and physical appearance. Let me tell you something. This is just a quick side rant. My face is fucked up. I think it's fucked up because I don't know what this shit is here, but it's been, every woman I've been with has tried to fucking wash my face, right? And I'm gonna tell you, because women got all these fucking extra face masks and shit like that. So every time the woman tries to wash my face that I'm in a relationship with, and she thinks she knows she do it, and I tell her every time, this is just a personal rant. Every time I consistently wash my face with legit products, my face will break out 5 times worse than it's breaking out now. And she goes, oh, whatever. So she comes in, scrubs it, scrapes it, put the mask on it, do all that shit. And about a week or two later, I got 15 more bumps on my face every time. So I quit. So when it comes to take care of your face and body, I say, pay attention to it, do what you can, but it's definitely not everything. Yeah, so let's continue with this article. Oh, so beneath it says, this is a definition of a simp, and we all know how women treat simps. Women do not settle for men like this until they are well into their 30s and desperate, or have a few children by a loser who did none of this. Well, I'll say this, especially nowadays, that's going to be true. That's going to be true. Because and the reason I say this is because the competition that women have on their plate now. Because you got to remember, since a woman is born, since we're all born, but really with women do everything they can to think they're doing what the older people are doing, what the better people are doing. And when they get older, and they want to do everything what the younger people should have done. Which can be said for, men too. But this exact area right here is true. It's like in the grayed out area. Women do not settle for men like this until they are well into their 30s and desperate. You have to remember the nature of a woman. You see, like I say so many times before, women are not naturally good. They're just not. Most times. Women are not, because as long as that woman knows she's young and youthful and she has some options, or she don't even have to be young and youthful. If she's old and she still end up being a sexy bitch, when she knows she still has options, she's not going to act like she has any sense for the most part, on average. It's just how, and it sounds like I'm talking shit about women, but it's the fucking truth. It's their minds. Anyway, but this is going to be a video about men. We're going to focus on men. So, oh yeah, and it continues. The few women who do appreciate these qualities in men, being protected, blah, 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 typically get married young. Yeah. Those women are usually the ones, okay, the women who got married young and did all this shit, who got with the men who genuinely provided for her, cared for her, loved her, blah, blah, blah. Those are the women who get married young, have kids, and this, that, and the third. See, and now I just thought about another way that this timetable works out. Because what'll happen a lot of times is these women will get married young, have a bunch of kids, end up fucked up, because their bodies just can't handle the births and all that shit. The man continues to grow. He's working on himself. He's been working. He's become a family man. So he's learned to listen to others' emotions. He's grown to care, blah, blah, blah. Now he's older. He has more money. If he's taking care of himself, or maybe if not, he is, the further a man grows, the more appealing he is to everybody beneath him. Whereas the further a woman grows, she's only looking for higher. But the sad story that so many men say so many times is the higher a woman goes, the fewer the options she's going to have. Because woman always goes up. Always. She never wants to go on her level or down. Never. But yeah, so those women, like this article said, the women who do have some common sense, and they sit down with the guy at a young age, they get married quick. See, that's what all these Instagram whores really want. These Instagram thoughts with their tits hanging out and asses jiggling. That's what they really wanted this the whole time, but they never knew how to get it. So what do you do when a woman's on her last resort? What does she turn to? Sex. When a man's on his last resort, what does he stand to? What does he go to? Physically dominating shit, or mental domination. It's what we do. So anyway, I've been rambling on for about 10 minutes. And I ain't even got halfway through the article yet. So let's continue. So it says, I recently counseled a reader who was worried that his job in social work wasn't exciting or high paying enough to attract the beautiful women he desires. I assured him this is not the case. Due to the fact that women think and operate the opposite of all logic and reason, it's actually easier to sleep with women faster if they think you are broke, a player, or unreliable, otherwise unsuitable as husband material. See, also with this, you got to remember, most women see marriage as the eject button when they realize they can't keep up with all the young girls in the clubs and all that shit. That's usually when, because like I said earlier, most women are not going to act right if you're a man who acts right. Because if you're a man who acts right, well, she's already conquered you. She's already got it. She's bored, And in a woman's head, she's going to stay 21 forever. So she's not going to value anything at these ages. So, but the thing is, like I said, okay, now to elaborate what I said earlier, how it says otherwise unsuitable as husband material. See, bitches don't see. Me and my girl, we was watching this movie with that, what's that, Rebel Wilson, some movie like that. And the girl actually did make a good point in that movie. She said these romance movies and all this shit and all these movies and TV shows, they don't educate women on how to actually sit down with a decent human. These movies show women how to try to be sexy, maybe be clumsy when the guy's not watching, and that's as far as dumb bitches know. They don't know, they don't know anything else. So more times than not, and this is going towards men. Women, they don't know what a husband should do, because half the time nowadays, her father left, so she never even had that role model. She doesn't know. So the only husband material she knows is the bad boys from movies and TV who got all the girls, so they like that, and he's dangerous, blah, blah, blah. You are still a high value man. See, this is the point I try to make so many times. With many guys out there, when it comes down to the core of it, men are always high value. And this is the point I try to get across to men. More times than not. I don't care if you fat, tall, short, whatever the fuck. Men are naturally the loving, caring, protecting, all that. Men are naturally like this. You see, we go after so many years of getting shit on by women, then we start to turn cold and start to hold back our love and be careful who we protect, because we don't want to get used and abused again. See, to be a man, to be man is to be high value in the long haul. Now, a woman can be high value, because like I say in other videos, to be successful as woman is to just exist as woman. You don't really have to do anything else. Just your existence as woman is the success as woman. That's it. You got holes, you got long hair. You're a woman. Success. But see, man, we don't get that. We don't get that. But a man, to be man, you are already high value because of what's on the inside. A woman is high value because of what's on the outside. Anyway, let's continue. Still get used to this new laptop. Okay, just real quick. real quick, y'all. Have you ever seen Sierra smile this hard with Russell Wilson? I don't even pay attention, but I already know the answer. No, I already know. You never see Sierra was. I get her. Have you ever seen Sierra cheesing? Like that is a natural. That smile is a lust smile. That is pure lust and excitement. Have you ever seen her smile like that in any picture with Russell? We're going to Google Russell Wilson and Sierra. Let's do that real fast. Russell Wilson. Oh, not Russell Crowe. Let's look at these pictures. Yeah, she ain't cheat. Yeah. Yeah, Russell Wilson was her eject button. That yeah. And the smile she do had, like, yeah, he cheesing. Have you ever seen her smile like that for him? See, look at this shit. I can't find a picture of her smiling. Unless it's like some shit she knows she got the smile for, like, bitch, smile. Because we're going to put this on a magazine. Okay. Wowzers. That's crazy. But let's continue. Because the core of this video is for me to educate a man on why man is higher value. Oh, it's still zoomed in. Okay, hang on. So the guy advises him. He says women will sometimes try to make those guys husband provider types wait for sex so don't seem easy, but they'll sleep with the hot bartender, unemployed surfer, aspiring musician right away. Yeah. Okay. Now focus on what the end part of this. The guy said they'll sleep with the hot bartender, no money, unemployed surfer, no money, or aspiring musician right away. Yeah. And he continued to say it's not about your money. So like that high value shit, don't get me wrong. If you do have money, you can just buy pussy. All right. And that's the difference between men and women. Women can be bought very easily. Whereas men, it's not so. I mean, men can be bought too, but it's nowhere near as easy. Because why? Why is that? Because men are more valued for what's on the inside than the outside, especially as the years go on. So it continues. This is a concept author Rollo Tomasi coined as the dual mating strategy, or known colloquially, I don't know how to pronounce that, alpha fucks beta bucks. See, and I think this saying right here, alpha fucks beta bucks, I think that got highly confused by the society of men. Because just like the guy said, it's not always about your money. It's not always if you're tall. It's before I made this video, I was thinking back to when I was like 20. And I worked in this fucking warehouse. It was not warehouse. It was it was a mail center. But it was a warehouse. And there was two older guys who worked there. One, I'll tell y'all their real names because, I mean, it's so common you'll never find them. One of them's name was Lou, and the other one was Ron. Now, Lou lived at home with his mom, didn't dress well at all, didn't drive a nice car. I mean, but on top of that, he had no swagger. He had no personality. He didn't, he never pushed any boundaries. He was just, a content guy. And I still remember back then, Ron would come to me telling me how Lou expected to walk next to Beyonce, looking like a him-looking dude. I got that from The Office, a you-looking dude. Which, it makes sense that would be funny. Imagine Beyonce walking next to a 45-year-old dude who lives at home with his mom and, And you know, you get it. Now, on the flip side, Beyonce is not valuable because she's Beyonce. Beyonce is, well, she was. I don't know what she looks like now. Beyonce was valuable because she was physically in shape woman who took a fucking bath and stood and her. Let's be real. Let's be real. Does anybody care? Will anybody's dick get hard because Beyonce started singing? Does any guy's dick get hard because they know she's a millionaire? Does any guy's dick get hard because she has her makeup done by the best makeup artist on the planet? No. Nobody care about that. See, that's what made her high value in that world. Now, women, certain women, they could find, you know, not exactly those things like, you know, makeup, blah, 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 but to a guy, it could be like what makes you high value to a woman can be just that you're tall. Or some women, they just like guys who are funny. Or some women like guys who are just straight up, you know, bad boy thugs. Some women don't like those guys because some women, they probably grew up with an older brother and the older brother was always in trouble and she seen that. She didn't want any parts of it. So she went the whole other direction. And you got other women who are just naturally decent women who you know, they relatively know what they want and they just sit the fuck down. The thing is, these women aren't loud, so you're never gonna notice them a lot. Or they're often on a college campus, they don't talk to many people. So you'll think they're a bitch, and you'll just automatically write them off as, you know, just another bitch on campus. It's a real long story. So this continues. The term describes the way that women operate with two sets of rules. Men they are physically attracted to, immediate sweaty, lustful sex, alpha fucks. For men, they aren't. Passionless, negotiated sex only after he meets the requirements for financial provision and security, beta bucks. Okay, now I'll be real with you guys. I think when it comes to this shit, I'm probably like a relative alpha bucks, I think. And that's just because I hate not being in control of shit. I hate feeling like I'm being taken care of. So like I don't have a problem with giving money to bitches, but also like I will block a bitch in a second. Like and not give a fuck. I'm not hovering around hoping for pussy. Like if anything, me and the girl, we laughed about how some guys would just hover around waiting for pussy and it just makes the whole thing awkward. You know. But it's definitely not this immediate, sweaty, lustful sex. The guy still has to, to go deeper into this. Men, they are physically attracted to immediate, sweaty, lustful sex. Okay. The immediate, sweaty, lustful sex. To be real about it, the girl was either already just curious about having sex at the moment and it didn't really matter to the guy, or she was just horny and the guy like fit her physical. Because you know how many times like legit great looking dudes will go in that room with a bitch who's like crazy about him and fuck up because he said something wrong or how he was walking was just awkward or something like that. Like with women, when it comes to sex with bitches, man, like it's not just one thing. This is the best I'm trying to explain it is, it's not just one thing. And that one size, you can't operate on that one size fits all thing. Because even Thor, like bitches around the world love Thor. And that motherfucker, I guarantee you, he has stories on how he used to walk in the rooms and bitches would turn their head after he became Thor. I can already tell you. And they were serious. They weren't interested. That's the benefit that women are valued for what's on the outside. Men are valued what's on the inside. See, we can look any kind of way, but still have problems with getting bitches. But, like I said earlier, at the core, for what we are and what we do, we are automatically higher value than a woman. Most average men are going to be higher value than the average woman if you base it on the core reasons of why we're on this planet and what we're meant to do. Men and the actual character in the person, men naturally like to protect things. We naturally like to care for other people. We naturally like to go help struggling poor motherfuckers. Bitches do that shit every now and then, and when they do, it's for attention half the time, or it's because they bored. They ain't got nothing else better to do. But more times than not, men are the natural high value people. So it continues. Oh, yeah. Well, I already read that part. A woman who desires you will not be able to resist you. Women women are highly emotional beings, totally controlled by their whims and feelings. Yeah, they are not. They are simply not genetically wired to be good at logic, calculation, or planning. No, not at all. Not at all. That's true. Most women seriously hate math. Most women hate any numbers, any logic. Most women like hate chess and anything, anything that requires intricate thinking. Most women just don't like it. It's just, I mean, I'm not making fun of bitches. It's just what they do. So it says, women are impulsive, emotional spenders, and emotional eaters. They'll be dancing one minute, crying the next. Yeah. If a woman is able to, okay, blah, blah, because this is more about the men, not the women, because that's going to be the next video. When men hear a term like high value man, we rush to qualify ourselves as worthy of their title. I've done it here on Solitary Beast. That's the name of his website. In order to prove my high value man status, I reference my career, investments, being lean and physically fit, even my personal grooming. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, the dude who wrote this part right here, I'm gonna tell you exactly where you gonna fuck up. In order to prove my high value man status. He says how he fucked up. When I realized I'd fallen for a trap I had last. So maybe he realized, but I'm gonna tell you exactly where he fucked up right here. In order to prove my high value man status, I've referenced my career, investments, being lean and physically fit, even my personal grooming habits and social skills. Okay. Now listen, because he's probably gonna go where I'm gonna go later with this. This is where a lot of guys will fuck up too. Constantly referencing your successes in life is nothing more than an Instagram whore shaking her ass on Instagram with her ass jiggling with the baby oil. I mean, yeah, it sounds good for the quick second that it can be used, but after that, what else do you got? And it's even worse for men in this situation, I'd say. It's worse for men because a man is supposed to only rely on himself. And all that other shit, he really doesn't care because, okay, now I will say this as a worldwide thing, as a one-size-fits-all for men to become high value. I don't care how much money you got, how lean you are, how much muscle you got, whatever the fuck. How funny you are, whatever. I don't care about any of that. What's going to make you high value in the world as a man is the ability to throw it away and know you can go out there and get it again. Because somebody asked me in the last live stream, they said, AD, if you lost everything, would your girl leave you? And first, define everything. How I define everything is my willpower to get back up and do something again. That's everything, because all these material objects, this shit can burn up in a fire. My bank account can get fucking, the banks could crash. Who knows what the fuck can happen? But see, it's up here. This is what's going to make you high value. The fact that you can go out there and get it again. So tonight you can just be in a mood, say, I think I'll donate my telescope because I know I can go out there and get another one. That's what makes you. It's not obtaining the fucking material object. And this is now you're high value because you have this. It's the ability that you can pick that high value object up and throw it in the motherfucking dumpster and not be super heartbroken because you can go get another one. Now, unless that object has some sentimental value, don't put super. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're in the video games, you buy, the PlayStation 5. Yeah, love it because, it's new and all that shit like that. But don't let that shit define you. And that's where he's probably going to go into how he fell for the trap. His high value man status, his career was defining him. He allowed his investments to define him. Being lean was defining him. Physically fit, my personal grooming habits and social skills was defining him. See, as a man, what defines you is you. Being is you just breathing. That defines you. That's how you got to look at it. Just the fact that you are breathing, that defines you. All the other shit is stuff you can just go out there and get again. Because see, once you start to rely on your career investments and all that shit like that to appeal to a woman, see, you're letting something else define who and what the fuck you are. So while on paper it is high value man check boxes, but women are like, see, this is why women like what's going to attract a woman. Like you really can't do. It is much more complicated than it. Women have it much more easier in life than men will ever have it. But a woman is ultimately looking for that protector inside you, not the protector because you got something sitting on the shelf over there and it was $15,000. That's not the protector that's inside you, like that's inside you. That's what they're really now. Those fucking $10,000 home jewelry and all that shit like that. Those are warning signs. Those are flags that, oh yeah, there might be some go getter in him to go out there and do something. See, driving a Mercedes, BMW, whatever the fuck, those are not red flag, but those are flags to signal to the bitch, like, oh, he might actually have some real go getter in him, and it's really him. So they'll go fuck with him and then figure out, oh, he's letting this BMW define him. You know, some bitches will fuck him because, you know, because he's just sitting in the BMW, but none of them really gonna stay around him too long, unless they just super poor. So, the article continues. When I realized I had fallen for a trap, I had to laugh. Here I am spending years learning about social skills and seduction, writing a blog on the topic and considering myself an expert on women, yet I fell for such a simple psychological trick. What the fuck? As men, we thrive on challenge. We crave status, especially among other men, and revel in the opportunities to prove ourselves. This hardwired tendency is why gangs of young men perform initiation rules like completing nefarious tasks or surviving a beatdown. Okay, I got my own personal fucking opinions on that. It's why fraternities and elite militaries units engage in hazing. Yeah. Well, that's a big topic too. Because on one end, the hazing is just to make sure you're going to be dedicated from their perspective. They don't want just anybody to come in this motherfucker and, you know, they want to make sure. So the only way that they're going to make sure that your dedication is real is you're going to put yourself through some fucked up shit. Now, the reason why guys are doing it, a lot of times, and this is just my personal, what I've seen, guys who, and I'm sure I'm going to step on some toes, but I'm going to say it because this is what I've seen from my experience. Because I had a roommate in college who did this exact shit, and he fit in the exact shit. And that's what I seen like throughout my brief time at that one college where I went to. Guys who tend to go to groups for shit like this are usually guys who didn't grow up with a strong male role model in his life. Because that strong male role model is usually going to teach you to think for yourself and move on in life for yourself. With that fraternity and shit like that, usually when men start going out and searching to be in groups, it's because some part of their masculinity was like fucked up as a kid. And secretly, they're really, because they're doing what they think they should do to get in with this group of men type of thing. So hopefully they can learn something from them. That's what I've seen. Now, I mean, I'm sure it's not every single fucking case, but that, because I was never interested in fraternities. I was never interested in elite military units. I never had that interest. Never cared. I was always much happier sitting alone, drawing a picture or some shit like that. I never had that. So here, we hear a term like high value man and instantly want to associate ourselves with the mantle without stopping to ask before or after. I don't even see a difference. Y'all see his hair? Before, it's a little bit, I don't even see a difference in this shit. Oh, it's thinning. Oh, I see it's thinning a little bit up in, I don't even know why that shit, because look, that must be some ad. Why would a man want to be high value? On its face, it sounds like a good thing, but let's take a deeper look. What's in it for the high value man? Online communities, like female dating strategies. This shit is poison to the world. Female dating strategies. Encourage women to evaluate or vet men they think might be high value with a rigorous dating process. Okay. Now this is just a real quick side note to women. Like I said earlier, women are to be bought, right? Women want to be bought. If a woman had the choice, she don't want to go out there and buy a man. She wants a higher value man to buy her. That's just how women are built. So if a woman has been getting passed by high value men and keeps attracting these low value men, well then what the fuck are you? You must be low, because if a high value man has seen you and you so much you're so high value, why is this high value man, what you call high value, why isn't he hanging around you? Because you're not high value in that world. You're not likable to him. That's why. And that's how bitches end up on female dating strategy. Because they can't accept it. That's the truth. That's the truth. Truth. CHRUF. Truth. So it says, during the months of vetting, you will be rewarded for your high value status with demanding dinner dates, expensive dinner dates, evaluating if you measure up to be a good role model for another man's bastard children, providing the financial and emotional labor of charming, entertaining, and dating her, all while she withholds sex like a Cold War military leader negotiating a hostage situation. Okay, I'll just say this. Like I said, with feminism, if a woman ever mentions that she has anything to do with female dating strategies, or she's not doing something unless you do this and all this shit like that, stay away from that. Because like I said, as men, we are automatically high value, like from birth. Most of us from birth, we are automatically high value because we naturally want to give. We naturally want to care for others. We naturally want to. We grow into learning how to want to care and protect others. You see, like that's why we value fucking Goku and Power Rangers or whatever time span you grew up in. That's why as men, like we've always loved superheroes. Why? Because superheroes were strong and they go protect motherfuckers and the world depended on them and all this shit. See, we naturally get there. See, pay attention. This is why women don't care about Spider-Man. See, because all they see is, well, those colors are clashing. He don't look that appealing. You see, like, cause see, bitches, they don't care. Like, they don't grow. They naturally don't have the ability to love and care. They don't have it until they end up fucked up. Most of them. Now, there are some who do. And like the article said before, those women are usually snatched up at much younger ages. But on average, women don't care about anything but themselves and what they look like in their status and amongst their peers. They just don't care. Women don't care about fucking Optimus Prime and, giving his life to save other people unless it would benefit her life some kind of way. She don't care nothing about that. She don't care nothing about how. Y'all remember in the Avengers movie when Iron Man flew the nuclear bomb into that wormhole, and like when we first seen that shit as men, we was like, God damn, that's fucking crazy. Bitches don't care nothing about that. Right? Because the bitches are looking at, well, that costume looks funny. It ain't about the costume. It's about it's about the character of the man and what he is doing. You see what I'm saying? Why bitches don't like Star Trek and all. See, I'm a big Captain Kirk fan. Bitches will be like, well, why they dressing like that? See, it's not about how they dressing. See, the reason why bitches care about how motherfuckers are dressing and looking, because in a bitch's mind, it's all about what she looks like to get more attention from other people. See, as a man, this is what makes you high value at the core. Is because most men, we really don't give a fuck about how we look on the outside. It's about what we're doing. It's the character. You see, bitches can live off of looking cute only for so long, and that shit's over. But see, men and character, that shit is in you for as long as you want it to be in you. That's what she said. I had to say that. Anyway. Oh, so now he's just going on female dating strategies. Damn. Them bitches ain't even worth my time to talk about too much. What's that? What's it say? How long have I been rambling? 40 minutes? God damn. All right. If he was to get into a relationship, such a man is submitting himself to be manipulated for sex over the rest of his life. No, it really ain't that bad. When I was with my ex-wife was 32. And I still remember this. I'll tell y'all this story. One night she tried, like, I was like playing with her ass and she was acting like she wanted to have sex, right? And she just all of a sudden just like tried to cut off and roll over and go to sleep. So I was like, okay. So I didn't touch her for the next 2 days. Then eventually she comes crawling over trying to rip my dick out my pants, trying to fucking, I'm oh no, I'm tired. Tell her, learn how to reject bitches and tell them no. And watch how they act. That's going to be a big learning experience. I don't care what it is. It could be anything. If a bitch says hi to you when you walk in Best Buy, I know you guys in the U.S., you know what I'm talking about. If a bitch says, hi, how are you doing? Don't say nothing. And watch her later. Like, she'll be fucked up. Like, bitches, they don't know how to be told no. Why? Because guys are naturally higher value men at the core, and we want to love, protect, and care. So when a guy finally treats a woman how women treat men, they don't know how to take it. They can't handle it because it's so shitty. That's why. Tell bitches no. Sex don't mean, look. Well, I don't like, this is why I say there's multiple reasons. Actually, me and the viewer, we were talking about why I advocate prostitution. There's another reason why I advocate prostitution. If bitches knew you can go out there and go fuck a bad bitch for $50, in America, a lot of bitches start acting like they had sense now because they know you ain't gonna put up with it. But like, especially in the States where they like taboo prostitution on this, it's broken down men who are legitimately high value men. It's broken them down to believe they aren't valuable. So now we got like bitches, we got to measure ourselves by everything around us, and that's going to ultimately define us. It's like high value men at the core of what it means to be a high value man. This is broken down. But like I said, I'm going to talk about high value women in the next video. And like I said before, to be a high value woman, just take a fucking shower and stand there. Don't be a bitch. Fuck from time to time. That's all you need. And bring him some, like Dave Chappelle said, just play with his balls, bring him a sandwich, don't talk so much. That's all you have to do as a woman to be high value. Now, all the other shit, I got my makeup done, and I got my hair done, I got my nails done. See, all that shit is just dumbass, all that is fucking idiotic shit competing with other bitches who are stuck and they're in the same hellhole of not being picked, of not being able to be picked by a guy who would genuinely love her. All that Chanel, all that shit for bitches, that's what it is. Because bitches don't care nothing about materials and all that. They doing it because they think that that's what other higher quality bitches are doing to pull higher quality men when all those bitches get thrown out in the rotation. It's fucking sad. But anyway, stay on topic, AD. So it says, sex happens naturally. Aside from religious or desperate men, no attractive man will submit himself to that. Men that are good with women know that women who is genuinely interested in a man wants to be close. Oh, yeah. She won't. Yeah. Yeah. I'll even go into more depth on this. Men who are good with women know that a woman who is genuinely interested in a man wants to be close to him. Okay. You'll know a woman likes you when she gets annoying. That's how you know a woman likes you. Is once she's starting to get annoying, meaning like she's not giving you space to breathe and all that shit like that. That's when she really likes you. Now, when she's in that phase where she's going to be shy and all that shit, see, that's child, that's kid shit. If she's in that phase of being shy and like you and hoping you come around, like, no, that ain't nothing but some kid shit to try to like lasso you in to where, you know, she can't control her emotions at that point really bad. She wants to share herself with a confident, caring man that has won her heart through his good looks, personality, and charms. I would say good looks really don't mean anything when it comes to fucking bitches. For real. I say the personality is going to be the big thing. And the personality will naturally bring, okay, personality, if you have your own genuine personality, the charm will naturally come out. You don't got to worry about training to be charming. It'll naturally happen. And good looks, okay. Don't, man, like I personally dress the way I dress because I like to dress that way. I don't do it. Now, I do understand the effect it can have on a woman, but I dress like that because I like to dress in mostly suits all the fucking time. Now, but for men, don't fucking, looks are for women, all right? To worry about if your nose too big, your ears too long, or whatever the fuck. Looks are for bitch, because bitches know at the end of the day, they just want attention. And then what does every girl do from a young age? She's noticing in movies and billboard ads that the pretty girl gets the attention and the not so pretty girls don't. All them worn out bitches in female dating strategy did the same thing, and now they mad because they can't compete, and they keep they keep all those bitches. A successful date is like a true love story unfolding. Okay, let me tell you something also with this shit, man. When you're really living life, you don't pay attention to love stories. If your life is a story or a movie, you just living and going along with the flow. Because I was telling, I remember when I went back to the States for those last 3 months, I would end up in conversations with random bitches and tell them how I got my girl back in Europe and like I'm thinking I'm fucking dying about bitches. See, bitches make everything a story. It's always got to be because they always got to imagine themselves as a fucking main character in some movie or some shit. If you're living life, it's not gonna be a story. All right, it's just gonna be your life. Is it? Is this even a man who's writing this shit? Because this is sounding like some feminine shit now. You meet her for drinks, pick her up at her place, encourage her. This motherfucker is writing out a whole fucking. See, look. When I take women on dates like this, they kiss me at the end of the night. Sex simply happens naturally, as even if it's romantic. This is how I sleep with women on the second date I propose. Downplay your stability to women. In terms of female dating strategy community, a high value man is desirable for their purposes because he will provide the security of a committed monogamous relationship or marriage. There's a lot that goes into that too, but we'll just roll with that. Because like I said, okay, once a woman realizes she's got you and conquered you and she's conquered you, she's not going to care. So you always have to sprinkle signs of you got something else you're interested in more than her and all that shit like that. She has to feel it. Little girls play house with dolls and easy bake ovens from the time they can walk. Most women dream of planning an elaborate wedding and being a mother in their lives. Even the strong, independent FDS queens need a man to marry them to bring their dream to reality. As a man, you have the power to make a woman's wildest dreams come true. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree with that. As a man, you have the power to make, because without a man, yeah. That's probably the realest shit out of this. To prove to you that you are high value just because you are a man, because she cannot do it without you. All right, I can go out and go buy a woman right now to go out and have kids and and sit in the fucking place and all that shit. A woman can't go out and buy a man for that shit. She can't. Because her vagina don't even want to do that. Her vagina wants to be bought. Well, like the article said earlier, women they like expensive. They like to be catered to. Pussy has to be bought. Because any woman watching this, if the guy you were with was had no charisma, had no personality, and working at McDonald's, you wouldn't. I mean, even if he was the hottest guy on earth, you might fuck him if you was just horny and keep him on the back burner, type of shit. So I'm gonna end this in a bit. My advice to men reading this is not worry about establishing yourself as high value as defined by women who need you to check a box off their list of accomplishment. In fact, if you are looking for casual relationships with women, it's better to downplay your accomplishments and stability. Okay, that's going to make them fall in love with you even more. The fact that you don't care about it. The fact that you're willing to throw away that fucking, $500 watch and you really don't care about it because you'll just get it back at a later date and time because you're you. That's going to make her fall more in love with you because you're not going to care. Being seen as a potential husband, high-value man, could stop or delay her from sleeping with you because she's following some silly strategies, even if she likes you. Yeah, because, okay, and I said this a while back. Those bitches on female dating strategy, they don't even, if they knew how to get a high-value man, they wouldn't be on female dating strategies from the beginning. Right? That's why they ended up on there, because they don't know how to get one. So what logic does that tell you? And I hope somebody fucking cuts this shit and puts it in their fucking subreddit. I hope somebody does this shit. Okay, the reason why you, the woman in female dating strategies, is on female dating strategies is because you can't get a high value man, right? That's why you're on there. Because if you're on there, if you had a high value man, you wouldn't be on there for no other reason to help other women. And we all know women don't help other women. That's a scientific fact from Anchorman. That's a scientific fact. So let's break down logic, which women hate to do. Let's break down this logic even deeper. If you can't get a high value man because you're on female dating strategies, how do you know what to even do with one? So I'll tell you what's going to happen. So there's going to be some bitches on there who are going to physically look nice, but mentally they are just fucked up. So these women will occasionally, attract the guy who they would deem high value, right? Because it's everything that other dumb bitches told them what to like on this dumb fucking group of women. So they're going to sit down in a date with them, and the woman, she's not going to know what to do. And then, so what is she going to do? She's going to gauge him for everything that he's saying, run back to female dating strategies, run through everything he's saying to try to get advice from other women who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Because if they knew what they were talking about, they wouldn't be in the group because they'd be with their high value man. So this is a group of dumb bitches that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, telling each other shit, and none of them know what the fuck they're talking about. That shit is a fucking joke, but you can't tell women anything because they just want to feel good. You can't tell them nothing because it makes them feel good. Female dates, stay off that shit, man. Stay away from a woman who stays on any fucking media. All right? Like, if a woman stays on any media, like, don't fuck with her, man. Like, seriously. If she's, like, seriously, everybody scrolls through Instagram or something from time to time, just when you bored. But if they're, like, actively in that shit, there's a reason why. She's fucked up. We already know that a woman should be doing 80-90% of talking on a date. You shouldn't be talking about your career, investments, or recent promotion. You're listening intently while she recounts her entire history of her 10-year relationship with her best friend. If she asks about your career, deflect with a playful, funny comment and return to a conversation back to her. Now, okay, see, that goes... This is why I say, in dating, man, it's not a one-size-fits-all. For me, I'm the type of dude, like, I can find any topic to talk about and fucking have people laughing about it. Like, especially when I'm with the girl on a date. So I don't even know how much I talk or not. But what gets me over is the fact that I can do that and not get super attached to any one person. So I think that's what kind of gets me over with, like, if I do talk a lot, which I don't think I do. I don't know. Because like I said, when you're actually living life, you're not paying attention to the story. Other people can tell you your story, but you're not really paying attention. But like I said, what gets me over is I just don't care. The essence of the solitary beast lifestyle is the ability to define yourself and live your life by your own terms of success. Yeah, that's real shit. I say, yeah, if anything this motherfucker wrote, that's the one thing you should take with you. A confident man doesn't need to rely on his money and success to seduce beautiful women. In fact, he knows... Okay, it's all right. And this is just another side rant I got for guys, man. I'm not trying to say my girl's ugly or anything like that, but what I'm going to say is this. Don't put so much value in a woman just because she's fucking beautiful. Because most of her beauty, she didn't earn it anyway. She was born with it. She didn't do anything for it. Is that beautiful woman going to actually legit care for you? Is she going to be there for you? Is she going to be there when you have a mental breakdown like I did? Is she going to be there? Is she going to be there for you? That's what you got to pay attention. See, that beauty shit is going to fucking... That beauty shit is going to go away. All right? So for guys, we have to look for that perfect middle ground of, a physical attractiveness and then what's her actual effort into the relationship kind of thing. Don't only focus on beautiful women. Don't get me wrong. We all love to look at beautiful women. We all love to fuck them in brothels and shit like that. But for an actual relationship, that beauty, in my opinion, should come about second, third down the list. Number one should be how she's actually treating you. All right. Is she actually there for you? Is she actually there? If you, this is what I would tell my girl. If the person you like, if you're not sure they're gonna bring you medicine when you're sick, like imagine getting sick and say, ask yourself, would Carla bring you medicine? If you had a doubt in your fucking head, don't take it serious. Fuck. Well, Clara does look nice in them heels on that skirt. So I'd rather just be sick with no medicine because she looks good in those heels on that skirt. Get the fuck out of here. You can go buy a Clara with nice heels and skirt and fuck her for an hour and throw her away, 2 times a week. But then go back to your fucking, main one who's gonna be there for you and care for you. And that goes for both sides. Who's gonna really be there for you? All this fucking driving fancy cars and all this shit, that ain't gonna do nothing for you when you sitting up in the hospital. The fuck is a Bugatti gonna do when you so depressed you can't get out of bed? But I got a Bugatti outside. Get the fuck out of here, man. That whole focusing on beautiful women shit. I mean, that shit is fine for going to brothels and shit like that. It is another side note that me and the viewer talked about too. Another reason why I promote prostitution, I advocate it, is because I've never been a fan of pickup artists, all right? Because it's just the reality of the situation. I've never been a fan of pickup artists because I don't like the idea of hyping a bitch up to think I like her just so I could fuck her and then never call her again. Like I just think that's shitty. And the same thing the other way. A woman fucking a dude just because she think he's gonna buy her shit. Which that's gonna be like the end goal in the whole thing, because a woman's destiny in life is to essentially be paid for and bought. So that's gonna happen in some form anyway. But personally, like, I just don't advocate pickup. I've never been a fan of pickup artists. I would much rather a guy just go buy a hooker and then kick her the fuck out. Cause I've never been a fan of hookup culture ever. Like, just get a hooker, that way you both know what it is, and then kick them the fuck out. Anyway, I've been talking too goddamn long. That's the video. Next video, I'm gonna go in about high value, the women's side of it. And probably mingle in both sides like I did this time. Anyway, I'm out. Bye.